Dapper Don Podcast. Dapper Don Podcast. This is your boy Dapper Don Diggs.
In fighting, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul. So, if you don't know who that is, I'm going to briefly explain it to you, but will not insult your intelligence by spending too much time on this. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer at or under 160 pounds. I believe he's under 60 pounds. He's the of his weight class, he is the best boxer ever. He is 50-0. He has never been beaten in the ring. He has never professionally been beaten. He said he's had over 90 amateur bouts. I believe that's how much he said he has. But he said that he's made all the sacrifices. He's been boxing since a baby, man, since a shorty. He talked about his mom being on drugs, him being born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, moving to Jersey, living in Las Vegas, like really having a rough upbringing, and to transcend and become one of the biggest boxers ever. Now, Money Mayweather spend that money, you feel me? Money Mayweather get the money, he spend the money. You can see him with Bugattis. He got 80, 90 girlfriends. He flies private everywhere he goes. He lives an extravagant lifestyle. The problem is he's boxing a YouTuber by the name of Jake Paul. YouTube, like what you probably watching me on, YouTuber. And I guess he's a pretty good troll. I know he had a TV show before, maybe his brother. It's two of them. There's a Logan and a Jake. I thought they was the same person. Apparently they're not. I never seen them in the same room together, but I don't really be on their clock like that. They ain't really nobody that I watch on my day-to-day. But he's pretty much boxing. This guy's an expedition fight. If you don't know, Floyd is kind of up there. He's in his mid-40s, and he's a grandfather at this point. And he's doing this for the money. He's saying that he's getting 9 figures for an expedition fight. Mind you, if you was a super popular rapper, I'm talking about you were the man, you might get 20 million. But look at what Floyd get. That's why we say he one of the best. That's why we call him Money Mayweather. So usually when you go face to face, you do a little trash talk and you sell the fight. You big up the fight. One of the biggest and best trash talkers there ever was Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor has better trash talking than fighting these days, and that sells the fight. That really gets people engaged. That really gets people to want to watch. But when it came to this Jake Paul thing, man, they was talking trash. They was face to face. They was talking trash, and Jake Paul just snatches Floyd Mayweather's hat off his head, and him and Floyd act like they're about to brawl. And I'm just looking like that's the selling point. Because you remember when Tyson was about to fight Holyfield, or like Lennox Lewis was about to fight this swole cat. I forget what it was. And they do the weigh-in, and you really want to feel like these guys about to rip each other's head off. It's really it's some theater in this. It's theater when it comes to selling a boxing match and just boxing in general. So he takes the hat. I'm like, this is the most childish thing ever. This kid just looking for headlines. He ain't even looking to be a competitive match. I'm not finna waste not a penny on this fight. They don't even got a date yet. Floyd hasn't made a date yet. It hasn't made what he felt like was worthwhile. Because he said on $1 million worth of game, you got to pay him up front. He's not finna just go off the whim and go off pay-per-view. You got to pay him that 9 figures up front. Plus he gets back in. This man is crazy. This man is not finna box this dude, bro. It has no traction, has no interest. I don't know if you remember, Floyd just, for I don't know how many millions, Floyd just beat up this little small Asian guy, little kickboxer guy. I'm not going to say he's like horrible or terrible or anything, but Floyd could have easily watched this guy. Now, I respect Floyd for doing expedition matches, because if you look at Muhammad Ali, he kept boxing later on in his life, and the brother couldn't talk no more. He couldn't talk. He couldn't walk. He had the shakes. Like, it was tough for Muhammad, man. It was tough for Cassius Clay. Life come at you quick. You got to know when to hold him and when to fold him. He should have folded him. And Floyd, this is him folding it, man. I don't think this guy's going to get more than a handful of punches in on him. He won't get no hit Floyd don't want him to have. Now, if you're also wondering what's so special about this guy, So I don't believe it was Logan Paul, his brother. But his brother boxed a former NBA player named Nate Robinson. He cleaned his clock in the second round. I'm talking about dog just walked face first into a whole knuckle sandwich. It was crazy. And, and since that knockout, them brothers kind of got a lot of juice. So Logan, who knocked out Nate Robinson, wants to fight Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's already kind of trash right now. He's another one that's got to learn just to stop, bro. It's over. Let it go. It's done. I remember when they fought. Everybody's like, oh, Conor McGregor, he's going to get hit by a real fighter. Bro, you're not finna beat a boxer in a boxing ring. That's like LeBron James beating a football player out at football. Yeah, you're the best at one thing, but that doesn't mean you're going to be the best at another thing. It's crazy. It's your world, though, brother. It's your world, man. Good luck, Jake Paul. I don't know I don't know what the selling point of this fight is. I don't know what it is. But let's take it to another. Let's switch gears and let's talk about the boy Gunner. Now, Gunner